So we're going to output stuff to a file. So we previously made a text file, and my previous text file is called grades.txt. So go into your desktop or wherever you're compiling from, and wherever your compiler is located, and you make a file called grades.txt. Next, we're going to import a couple libraries that's required for string manipulation and file writing. First one is going to be called fstream. So this is file output stream and file input stream. So you can read from a file and write to a file. So this library will do for you. The next one we're going to need is we're going to need the string library. So include. This allows us to create string arrays, use the getLine function, a bunch of different stuff. Next, we're going to have to create a variable. So we're going to make a program, right? We're going to make a program that prompts the teacher to input a letter grade for students. So she can input A+, something like a B-. Okay, so she specifies how many kids that she wants. Or we're gonna do it ourselves. We're gonna specify how many kids she has. Make a string, okay, a string array. Okay, so it has 10 values. Next, we create an instance of the text file, right? So we start that with fstream, and then the text file. So this is creating an instance. This is creating a text file, okay? Just tell the compiler we have a text file and we want to create one, and we want to either write to it or read from it. So that's what f does. F covers both. You have iStream and you have OStream, okay? But the fstream is file input and output, okay? So that covers both output and input. So next, you're going to ask a question to the teacher, okay? We're going to ask the teacher, enter a grade for the student. Actually, before this, we're going to create our text file. Okay, so you use the name of the text file, name we called it, and then use the dot operator and type in open, and then the name of the file. So we actually named it before, right? We called it grades.txt. That's exactly what we're going to call it, grades.txt. Remember the file extension. If you just put grades, it will not open. So we need grades.txt. Okay, that's what we created as. So next we're going to output enter grade for the student, right? Let's actually put this in a loop because we're going to loop it around 10 times for the length of the string array. So we have 10 lengths or 10 values. So we use for int x is equal to 0, x is less than 10, x plus plus. Okay. Let's put this at the top. Okay, then we'll loop and we'll ask for a grade input. Okay. To do this, we can use the getLine function. Now, we have to use this for string input because we can't simply do cin. Can't do that, okay? We need the getLine function because this will only work with chars, and we have to use the getLine function and then specify you want to use the cin within this function. This getLine function comes from the string library, so we need to use this getLine function in order to take string input. Okay, so we specify that we want to input something. Okay. After that, we input it at grade array at value x. So after that, just close that off. Then what we're going to do is we're going to append all our input from the program to the file. So to do that, let's create the array again. And then instead of this line, we're going to use this. We're going to the name of the text file, which is the text file. That's the name of it inside our program. So we're pointing to it by. And then we use the append operator, just like it was a cin. Okay, just like this was a cout or a cin, right? Instead of outputting it to the console, we want to output it to the file. So instead of cout, instead of console out, okay, so we want to do text file, not console output. So after that, we're going to output the grade.valuex. Okay. So after we output the grade.valuex, we have to actually close the file. But instead of just outputting this, let's output something more nicer than this. Let's output, make it a little bit nicer. So the grade of student at x, because x is the value of the grade. X is the student number, right? And then we have the grade of the student. So after that, we then have to close the file. So we have the name of the text file, the dot operator, and we're calling the close function within this fstream library, right? So we call the close function, no parameters, so it's empty, and then we put the semicolon to end it. So let's compile this. So after we input the grades, we open up the grade text object, and then we get these outputs. So the grade 0 is A plus, wherever you input it, okay? So that's what we specified. So we have the grade of the student over here, and then the student number at X, a colon, and then the grade at X. So A plus, B, whatnot. And make sure this grades text file is inside your directory, your current present working directory, because if it's not, then you're going to try to write to something that's not there, and then it's not going to work. You're going to get some errors, because when you try to open the text file, it's going to say that it can't find it. So make sure wherever you're compiling from, your text file you create is in the same place.